Today on Mr. Teslonian, we've got a print off between the QIDI PLUS 4 over on the left and the CREALITY K1 MAX over on the right. We're going to print the exact same models on both printers out of the exact same material, and we're going to see which one of the printers prints faster and with better quality. First of all, I want to show you guys some of the dimension differences. Without the riser on the CREALITY K1 MAX, you can see that it's actually slightly shorter than the QIDI PLUS 4. The CREALITY K1 MAX is also smaller in the width and in the length than the QIDI PLUS 4, so it's a slightly smaller printer overall on the outside dimensions, yet it's got a bigger build volume inside of it. It's got a 300 by 300 millimeter build volume. The QIDI PLUS 4 is a 305 by 305 by 280 millimeter build volume. You can see here that they're both built very nice. Nice glass doors, glass top on both of them. So basically they're very similar. We just got some different outside dimensions and a little bit bigger build volume on the CREALITY K1 MAX than you would on the QIDI PLUS 4. The first thing that we're going to do here for our versus prints, we're going to go ahead and go over to our slicer programs for both machines. We're going to pick out the exact same model, make sure all the parameters are the same. We're going to send them over with the flash drives to both machines. We're going to print those out and see which one of them turns out better. Alright guys, so here's our very first print that we're going to slice up on both the QIDI slicer and the CREALITY slicer. We're going to send these over to the QIDI PLUS 4 and the CREALITY K1 MAX and see which one of them actually prints faster and with better quality. This print is called the Whopper Flopper Frog. It's a great fishing lure. I suggest you guys look this up. It's something that if you like to fish, it'll do a great job for you. Right now we're on the QIDI slicer. We've got everything set up over here for the X Plus 4. We're going to go ahead and change that from PETG to PLA Rapido. Now that's not the material we're actually going to print with today on this model. We're going to use the same material on both machines, which is Goose Hyper PLA Plus. I love that material. It also comes at a really great price. If you want something that's a good strong PLA at a great price, try Goo. We're going to go ahead and set up some of the parameters here. We've got 20% infill. Let's go up to printer settings. We've got 2 outside perimeter walls. We're going to need to go down to support material and see here, generate some supports. We've got snug turned on our supports. Everything else looks pretty good here. Let's go over here and say supports on the build plate only. So that should be everything that we need to do to make sure that this is ready to go. Let's go ahead and hit slice. Alright, so we'll see how long the slicer says it's going to take. We'll put that on a memory stick. We'll use that to transfer it over to the 3D printer. Give that just a second here as it's generating the G-code. Alright, it's done. It looks like it's going to take 39 minutes and use 7.5 grams of material. Alright, now that that's downloaded onto our flash drive, let's go ahead and close this slicer down. I've already got the CREALITY slicer ready to go with the frog flopper on there. We're ready to go for the CREALITY K1 MAX. Let's go ahead and check everything out here. We're on the supports right now, and so supports are on. We've got supports set to snug. Let's make sure it's on the build plate only. Let's go ahead and click on that. There we go. Let's go up to our strength here. We've got wall loops as 2 outside wall loops. And we're going to go down to infill. Our infill density is 20%. So we've got everything set up just the same on both of these. Let's go ahead and hit slice real quick and see how long this is going to take to print. Okay, so we're done with the slicing now. This one says it's going to take 47 minutes and 32 seconds. Material weight looks almost exactly the same at 7.5 grams. We're going to go ahead and send this over to the CREALITY flash drive real quick. Our first material we're going to use today is Goo Rapid PLA Plus. You can see here we've also got that material loaded down here on the CREALITY K1 MAX. If I can get in there and show you that. Let's see. So there you go. Now that it's focused in, you can see that. Alright guys, so let's go down to the screens here. We're going to start out with the CREALITY K1 MAX. Let's go ahead and turn the screen on. We're going to print the first print, which is a PLA frog flopper. Right there. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the calibration on that. We're going to hit print. Immediately we're going to go over here to the QIDI. We're going to hit the same exact print. That is the PLA frog flopper. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of the bed leveling on that as well. Let's go ahead and hit print. Alright, so there you guys go. Both machines are off and running. We're going to see what the print times on both machines are and see which one of them prints a better fishing lure. Alright guys, so both of our prints are done. Let's go ahead and start out with the CREALITY K1 MAX. You can see the Whopper Flopper Frog sitting on there. Go down here, let's see how long it says it took. See if we can get good image on that. It says it took 59 minutes to complete. Putting those up here at the very end of the film, and we'll put them all next to each other. Let's go ahead and go over to the QIDI Plus 4, and we'll do the same thing. Let's break those off of the build plate. Let's go ahead and hit the screen here, and that says 40 minutes. So it does say that it took about 19 minutes longer with the CREALITY K1 MAX to print the object. Alright, so the next step of this is we're going to change out the material on each one of the machines. I've got 2 rolls of that flexible PLA from FlashForge. We're going to put the orange flexible PLA over here on the QIDI. We'll put the black flexible PLA over here at the CREALITY K1 MAX. We'll start up our second print, which is the flexible bodied trout, and we'll see how well it works. So I finished loading the flexible PLAs in both machines. They're setting up right now to print our flexible trout lure. I did notice something about both machines. They had the same problem. I had to actually take the glass tops off of both of them. I had to go in there and pull the PTFE tube out of the top of the print head and manually feed in the flexible PLA down into the print head itself on both machines. Neither one of them would actually allow me to feed it in from the PTFE tube all the way through the system. So they both have kind of an issue when it comes to feeding flexible materials directly in. You're going to have to probably do the same thing I just did. Feed it down the PTFE tube, pull the PTFE tube up out of the print head, feed the flexible material into the print head itself, and once it starts feeding out, then you can put the PTFE tube back down into the print head. Right now they'll start printing our flexible trout lures, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. Alright guys, so the QIDI Plus 4 has already finished the print on the flexible PLA trout lure, and I'm going to tell you something, it is absolutely fugly. From the very beginning all the way up to the top, it is terrible looking. I don't like that at all. Let me go ahead and tear that off the build plate here and show you guys. Now you can see just how bad that looks. I mean, the head looks terrible. Everything about that looks terrible. It printed really fast, so 23 minutes. But if it prints like this, speed doesn't account for anything. So we're going to go ahead and re-slice this. I'm going to add in some supports in between each one of these layers so they don't flex as much when it's printing. We're going to slow down the print speed just a little bit and see if we can improve the quality on that. With the standard settings from the slicer set for TPU, you can see it did just an absolutely terrible job on that lure. Alright, so we're done printing our first TPU fish right here on the CREALITY K1 MAX. I'm going to get in there close, kind of show you what it looks like. This is before adjusting any of the parameters. It does have some mess up here towards the end, but at least you can make out the tail pretty nice. The entire beginning of it looks really good, just about halfway up or so it starts to mess up a bit. Alright guys, so I've printed this TPU fish a few times in each machine. I kind of changed up the parameters each time, slowed down the machines. This will be the third time that I've printed it on both machines. I'm going to give you guys a look at what it looks like. Definitely a little bit better on this one. It still has some problems up towards the tail here. It got some quality issues down towards the base, but it's looking a lot better than it did on the first 2 tries. And that is at 40% print speed from its normal print speed from the slicer's settings for TPU. Over here we have another fish that we printed on the CREALITY K1 MAX. You can see the quality is definitely better on the K1 MAX. Still has a little bit of issue up towards the tail there, but the rest of it looks really clean, really nice. It says on this that it took 1 hour and 7 minutes to print that on the CREALITY. So a little bit faster on the QIDI, but you've got worse quality. You definitely get a better quality print using the TPUs or the flexible PLAs here on the CREALITY. Okay, so we're printing our third and final print, and we're using CREALITY's clear PETG. I only had 1 roll of it, so I've got to print the item on each printer separately. So we just got done printing the little Stormtrooper. Boy, it does not show up good in this light. But this is the little Stormtrooper that we downloaded from Thingiverse. Alright, so the QIDI's done printing our little tiny Stormtrooper figurine here. Let's go ahead and remove that from the build plate. Try to get that out of the light here into something where you can actually see it. Alright guys, we're done with the quick test that we're going to do between the CREALITY K1 MAX and the QIDI Plus 4. We've got 3 different items that we printed out. Now we printed the fish a few different times on each one of them just to see if we could get them to print a better quality fish. The 3 materials we used are right here behind you. We've got the flexible PLA from FlashForge, we've got LEGO's Rapid PLA Plus, and we've got CREALITY's Clear PETG all the way over there. We actually have 2 different winners here. It kind of depends on what you're looking for from a printer. One of the printers was definitely faster than the other, and one of them produced much higher quality prints. It was just a little bit slower. Now the winner for speed was the QIDI Plus 4. It definitely outpaced the Creality's K1 Max when it comes to speed, but I have to tell you the quality of the prints really suffered because of that extra speed. The frog has some issues with it, the fish all turned out pretty rough, and our Stormtrooper definitely doesn't look quite as good. The fingers aren't as clean, all those things are just not as clean on the QIDI Plus 4 as they were on the Creality K1 Max. Let me go ahead and hold up our little Stormtrooper here from the Creality K1 Max. Give you guys a look on that. Show you guys the fingers if we can get the camera to zoom in on those a little bit. The fingers on that turned out really nice. Actually see definition between each one of the fingers. The thumb turned out nice. As you can see here, it turned out very, very nice. We'll go ahead and bring that up to the camera for you. Now on the hands, you can definitely see some of the differences. The hands are just not as clean. The fingers are kind of just little nubs instead of actually defined fingers. The texture on it seems to be different. It's more of a fractured glass texture and a clear glass texture like the Creality had. You see some strings on there hanging down. Just not as nice of a quality print as the Creality. So there you guys go. Let's go ahead and bring that up as close as I can to the camera. Give you a look around the print. You can see some weird texturing on it. Just not as nice as the Creality K1 Max. Let's go ahead and set that down. The next print we're going to take a look at is the Whopper Flopper Frogs. Let's go ahead and start with the QIDI. I want to start with the tail on the QIDI. Give you guys a look on this. Hopefully the camera will pick this up nice. You can see there's actually a error right here, if I can get the angle just right for you. You can see there's an error right there on the back propeller fin. It's kind of got a dip in it right here. A lot of distortion in the print right there. We turn that around, it's not too bad on this side, if we can get the light in there right for you. Just not as nice as what I see from the Creality K1 Max. Let's go ahead and grab the body of that, bring it up to the camera for you. Try to get that in the light so you can see it. You can definitely see right there, there's some distortion in the print. Not quite as nice up by the lips itself, and back here towards the back you can see some distortions. Towards the front there, not too bad. Overall, it's not a really bad print, but it's definitely not as clean as the other one. Let's go ahead and grab the Creality K1 Max frog here, the Whopper Flopper Frog. Look at that same side that we were just looking at. You can see how much cleaner that print is. You don't see those distortions, any of the errors in the print. The eye looks really clean. If we turn that all the way around, that's actually some glue from my finger right there. So there you guys go. You can see just how much cleaner that frog turned out. It's actually got kind of a sheen to it, where the other one's a little bit dull even though we used the same materials. So there you go, there's our Whopper Flopper Frog. Now the winner on the fish was pretty clear. Our first fish on the QIDI turned out to look like this. It was really rough actually. You can see the tail didn't turn out at all, kind of just a big blob sitting there. Not really great looking. Our second one on the QIDI, we started getting some tail on the end of that. Still pretty blobby towards the end, a little cleaner towards the rest of it. The third one I printed, we've got the tail on there, but it's still blobby in the tail. I actually slowed down the printing speed on this one for the third one to 40% of the print speed that the presets on the machine had for TPUs. That's typically how you get TPUs or flexible PLA to turn out really nice, is you've got to really slow down your machine a lot. So there you go, that was the third fish that we printed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first fish over here from the Creality K1 Max. And I'll tell you what, it didn't turn out all that great either. Although we do have the fin on the back, it still has a lot of blobbing on it, which I think this camera's having a hard time picking up the black and the blobbing in this light. But I'm pretty sure you can see it there. It's not a great quality towards the back of the fish. Our second one is right here. Still not great quality towards the back of the fish. The front end looks really nice, but as you get back towards the two last segments here in the tail, definitely has some problems there. The flexible PLA was just not functioning really well. And then the third one we printed is a little bit better, but it still has the flaws in it. So neither one of the machines handled that flexible PLA very well. You can see how clean that is. Towards the front, the main segments here all in the front are very, very nice. Just once you get back to the back tail itself, you start seeing some globbing on there. So there you guys go. There was our first three prints from the two different machines. This test was just to test out standard materials that most people use. We weren't using any high strength engineering grade materials or glass filled or carbon fiber filled materials on this. Just the standard TPUs, PLAs, and PETGs. I can tell you there's a clear winner when it comes to quality and a clear winner when it comes to speed. So if you want speed, the QIDI is probably more your machine, but if you want quality of print, I'd definitely choose the CREALITY K1 MAX. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed. This was Mr. Teslonian.